Folks, how you doing? Shemaine Man, HUBERT GUY. We back again with another hot episode of the Actors Cut. We here at the M&N Studios, downtown Manhattan, and life is lovely. And as you see, I got another wonderful guest. I got my man PK KERSEY in the house. PK,
what's going on?
Thank you for coming through, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
This guy right here, man, this guy does big things, a lot of big things for the community, a lot of big things for people. So I'm not even gonna say no more. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let this young man introduce himself and let you know what he does. So, PK.
Thank you for having me once again. My name is PK KERSEY. I'm the founder of That Suits You. That Suits You is a nonprofit organization where we collect suits and ties and we present them to job-qualified, job-ready men and also for high school seniors for prom and graduation. Not only do we provide them with the clothing, we also do presentations, workshops where we teach them how to tie ties. We teach them the importance of image, teach them about relationships, social media. And also I have a social media managing company where I manage people's social media so that they can grow their presence on social media. You know, some people, they're good business people, but they don't have time or they don't know how to do their social media. So I do their Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and just try to stay busy. I also have a book coming out called I Want to Talk to a Supervisor, which is a self-help book. Talks about self-discipline, how to be disciplined in order to achieve your goals. Married with twin 7-year-old boys.
Very nice. I didn't know you had twin 7-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Man, isn't it great to be a father, man?
Yeah, it is. It makes a tremendous difference. I mean, your time, everything is just
everything.
The priorities change everything. So yeah.
Dude, man, I could be having like the worst day in the world and just think about something funny one of my kids did, man, and just everything, man, and just, man.
Yeah, they take priority over everything. So
right.
It's awesome.
So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Brooklyn. Grew up, went to school, everything in Brooklyn. Love Brooklyn. Brooklyn has changed throughout the years.
Yeah, it has.
It actually is so crowded now. It's like a miniature Manhattan. But, I love it.
A lot of people have been migrating out to Brooklyn. I know I lived out there maybe about, I would probably say about 7, 8 years ago. And they just called it Bed-Stuy when I was out there. Now they call it Stuyvesant Heights, the area that I was in.
It's been some name adjustments.
I'm like, they must have got a few bistros and cafes out there.
It's a couple. But yeah, it's been a little name adjustments in Brooklyn, but it'll always be Brooklyn as far as I'm concerned. But
right.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's popular right now, but it's the cool place to be.
Right.
And you know, it is what it is.
So let's talk about That Suits You, man. Let's really go in depth and let's really let the people know exactly how, what inspired you to start this organization, you know, and how you just go about it and what motivates you to keep it going.
Well, what really got me started was I worked for the state, so I was doing a lot of interviews, and a lot of guys would come in ready for the job, ready for the interview, excited, but they weren't dressed properly. We all know how important image is. So when you come in, it's a saying that, you know, the speed of light is faster than the speed of sound. People see you and make judgments about you before they hear anything you have to say.
Right.
So even no matter how good your resume was, no matter what time, how early you got there for your interview, no matter, you know, how nice you looked or patient and quiet you were, if you weren't dressed properly, wearing the right attire, that really had a big effect on whether or not you got the job.
Right.
So spoke to my brother, you know, we had some suits. We say, is something we could do? Maybe we could help a couple of guys. And, you know, we started doing it that way. And we helped a few like that. But then we said, wait a minute, you know, this is something, this is an idea here. I checked out Dress for Success. They've been doing the same thing for women for years. So, you know, we decided this is something that we could do for men.
Right. and it's not only is it important, but it's also one of those morale builders. You know,
definitely.
Like, cause you know, as you know, that's how we met, because who was it? Brandon?
Who was it?
Not
Brandon. It was somebody in the Facebook.
Yeah.
That linked us together.
Yeah, that linked us together. I can't remember your name, but I think it maybe was. I'm not sure.
Nah, it wasn't Brandon.
I'm not sure, but
another guy. I just can't remember his name at this moment.
But that's how we linked up, because I do hair, and you were looking for somebody to come out to these grooming events and groom them in, which I am more willing to do. I love giving back.
And I appreciate
yes,
that.
Yes, yes,
Appreciate that. That's definitely love. Right
and like my motto for my company, Handsome Good Grooming, as you can see, is look good, feel good, do good, handsome good. Because when you looking good, you feeling good.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And when you feel good, it makes you want to do good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's like it's like a lifestyle. It's like a culture. You know that all goes in together. Cause we all know, you know, we going to the barbershop looking kind of scruffy, and then we come out fresh. We feeling new.
Exactly.
You say we feeling like a crisp $20 bill from the mint.
Exactly. It's the same feeling when the first time we put a jacket on a guy who's never worn a suit, or a young gentleman who's, you know, he grew up, he never had a suit, or somebody coming home from prison who's never had a suit. Once we put that jacket on them, it's like they feel like, you know, like, wow, you know, they looking in the mirror, they filling it out, and they say, you know, I never want to take this off. I just love this look. I don't know what it is about the jacket or the tie, but they just love that experience. So
Man,
that experience makes a big, it's just tremendous that we're able to give that feeling to someone.
Right. And I'm usually suited and booted too, but I haven't been feeling well lately, so I just threw on my hoodie today. But but like even like when I told you I was like, dude, I wear like slacks and a button down and a tie on a Wednesday afternoon, even if I ain't got nothing to do.
First time we met, you did.
Because it's just, man, first of all, I'm a grown man, and I just love to dress like that, man. And it's just something, man. People look at you differently. You know what I'm saying? You feel differently. You know, I mean, at least I know I do. When you know, versus you know, when I'm out, you know, with my jeans and my hoodies on, you know, I feel good. But when I'm out, dressed up, oh man, it's murder.
You feel like
murder.
Like
he wrote.
You on top of the world, like you own the building, like you know. Just feel good, and you know you with your lady. You know she's looking at you. She's looking good. You feeling good. It's just a beautiful feeling.
So it's a great way of life. It's a great way of life, man. And I really am glad, you know, that I can be involved with, you know, what you're doing, man, because it's so important now, you know, with black men becoming even more stronger, especially, you know, with the adversities that we probably really about to face right now with, you know, with Trump being in office and so forth, and just the different everyday struggles of being a black man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's hard, you know, but you have to make it easy. You have to make it less stressful on you, and this is very important because we are a strong breed, man. Our mind, man, our mind is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And for us to have gone through so much in our past and in our culture to still be around and doing the things that we do now, we don't even have to be the millionaires, but just on a level like now what you're doing, giving back to the community, making sure these men are dressed properly and groomed properly, and you know, having a good resume, and you know, have those the requirements and the stuff that they need to go back out there into the workforce or graduate from prom, because prom is a special thing too.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Because that's like a kind of like a passage right into manhood, you know, going to prom. So you want to go to prom fresh, you know, you want to go clean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just, everything I believe all goes back to mental, man. How you feeling about something? What are you doing about it, man? And just how you acting, man. Because I think your mind controls everything. Your mind is going to tell you what to do. Your mind is going to, you know, tell you what not to do. And if your mind is right, and like I said, that all comes, man, so many things encompass that, man. Looking the part, man. Feeling the part, man. It's just important, man.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of funny because, I mean, it's to explain to someone how you go through life as a black man. If you really talk about it too much, they say you're complaining. If you don't say anything, they say, well, they don't express himself. But it's really like what's the movie, The Matrix. He said, I really can't tell you what The Matrix is. I have to show you. So unless you go through life and you experience some of our experiences, it's really kind of hard to share that with someone. You know, how do you get someone to feel when you walk into a store? Security's on high alert. Right. Or when you sit down next to somebody, they grabbing their bags. Or, you know, you walk by and it's like subconscious to people, the things they do when they see a black individual. But if you share that with someone, they say, oh, you're just making this up, or it's really not that bad. You really don't understand. But unless you actually go through these things, it's really hard to explain to somebody the psychological pressure, the mental pressure that black men we face on a daily basis nobody else faces these things. Black men are being killed, black men are being having prejudice against them, all these situations, and yet we still go through life happy most of the time, enjoying life, raising kids.
Right.
But you really can't really explain that experience to other people. They really wouldn't understand.
That's just a testament to our will, you know, and our heart, you know, and being true men of God, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's just what that boils down to. And you know, like you have 2 young boys and I have 2 young boys, and it is serious nowadays because my son, my 6-year-old was asking me, Dad, I was walking him home the other day, the police were standing out on the corner. He asked me, was the police gonna do something to us? You know what I'm saying? Like thoughts like that would have never crossed my mind when I was a child, you know, living back, you know, back then. But they see so much now, and they are smart. They are aware now, you know, and especially living in New York City, man, so much happens. I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan originally. Okay. Shout out to Battle Creek, Michigan. Go Blue. Yeah, I came from a small town, man. My town right now is like, 52,000 people.
Oh man, that's a Brooklyn block.
I was on 52,000 people on the train coming down here.
That's nothing.
That's my whole town. We was on the train together. Yeah. So it's very different from where I'm from, because I was born in a suburban area. You know what I'm saying? And even if you went to like a rough part of our city, it still wasn't like a ghetto or a hood or something like real hard or something like that. Right. You know, so it was definitely a different way of life coming up. But you know, I faced the same things there, not as much as I know that people did here, because it was just laid back. But I'm from Battle Creek, Michigan. You know, Michigan is, you know, one of those states too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So exactly. You know, you got your racism, you deal with stuff there. Right. It's adversity, and it's hard. Like in my hometown, man, a lot of people work out of like factories and stuff like that, man. My town is one of those towns where you got money or you don't got money. You know, it's where people, you know, I see people making posts like, man, I just finished a 12-hour shift getting that money. And I'm like, who the hell wants to work a 12-hour shift for somebody? Yeah. If you're working a 12-hour shift for somebody, what time do you have to work on something for yourself? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother topic.
Man, oh my God. So it was a difference growing up back there, man. Michigan is cool, but New York is a whole totally different entity. It's a whole totally different beast, man.
Definitely is. Even certain parts of New York. I have a friend that's in Long Island. He came to see me in Manhattan. We went to lunch, and Manhattan is crazy. You know, you walking down the street. We was by Bryant Park, and it's packed crazy. And he was like, you know, like nervous because all the crowd. I'm used to it because I'm always in Bryant Park. I'm walking. I'm in the city. I'm accustomed to it. But he was like, wow, this is like unusual. He wasn't accustomed to that. So yeah, Brooklyn, New York. We different.
Right.
We're a little different.
Right. And definitely, if you come here and you establish something, you make it here, man, you can damn sure make it anywhere, man, if you can come. Because, you know, when I first moved here, I didn't have any family here. I moved here by myself, you know, and that was, what was that, December 17th, 2002. Okay. And now I've been up here, 15 years in December, you know, and it's really made me grow the hell up, man. Like, it's really made me grow
big.
up.
Come here and don't know anybody. That's a big thing.
You know, I got 3 wonderful kids. I got my 2 boys. I got my daughter. You know, I have my career. You know, I'm branching out into other things. You know, and making connections, being involved, man. And that's the life I want to lead. You know, I want to be involved. I want to be out there. I want to be doing certain things, man. I have nephews, man, and my oldest nephew is 35, my oldest nephew. So I've been, you know, raising kids forever, you know what I'm saying? and I've always been talking to my nephews, you know, about being positive, you know, different things that's happening in life and so forth, and, you know, getting good grades, you know, and about being black, man. You know, I've always just, you know, listen, man, it's important. And I tell my kids now, my boys now, my young boys, listen, you cannot act up. You can't be in school, acting up. You have to focus on school now even more. We don't know what's going to happen within these next years with education and with laws and so forth. I'm like, shoot, the police, they kill grown black men. They kill young black boys. They kill grown black women and young black girls. I mean, and my son, they see this. So I'm telling them, man, you really have to buckle down now. It's serious.
Right.
You really have to have talks with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, they're going to get the wrong information from out here. Because it's going to be some kid at that school or somewhere that they're going to be listening to. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to
I was going to say, the thing about that, too, is like, you're there for your kids. I'm there for my kids. A lot of the kids don't really have a male figure that's going to be there to tell them these things.
Right.
And, that's a huge problem in society today. Because of the black men that's been killed, because of the black men that's in prison, because of the black men that are just not around, a lot of those kids are not going to have that talk about being careful, being wise, making smart decisions. So this is why another reason why that sushi was started to kind of fill that void to reach those young guys. We started servicing men coming home from prison, but we still do that, but we switched up a little bit where now we go into schools to be more proactive, to teach them, more importantly, before anything happens.
Yeah, more mentoring, to keep their minds right.
Right, definitely.
That's very important, man, because these young black men need it, especially with, I always say social media and technology is a blessing and a curse, because it really helps you advance, but then the things that you see, and everybody want to be that super flossy person, and everybody, but I always say everybody wants something, but everybody don't want to work for it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it really kind of taints people too. So it's important for our young black men. It's important for even our older black men to have role models, man, to have a peer, somebody that they listen to or look up to, man, because I mean it's really serious, and we have to unite, and we have to continue to build together, to build with our own. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we're gonna continue to make it.
Right.
And that's the only way we're going to continue to make it, man. And I just feel like right now with everything that's going on, man, I love being a black man. I have always loved being a black man, and I love it even so much more now because of everything that's going on. I know this is just going to make me grind even harder with what I want to take care of, you know what I'm saying, with being out there and giving back. Because I love giving back, man. Like I said, man, this is great what you do, man.
I appreciate that.
Man, this is awesome, man. And thank you, Hugh, for inviting me to the Black Man Mondays.
Shout out to Brandon Frame. He's the one who's he's doing a lot of great things with the Black Man Can. So he invited us to the photo shoot. We came out there. We took pictures. He's going to be doing some big things with that. So big shout out to Brandon Frame.
And that photo shoot was fresh. And that was a nice little art loft right there, too.
Yeah, I can't remember the gentleman's name whose loft it was, but that loft was beautiful. I mean,
it was
you
nice.
You didn't expect that going inside. You went inside, you was like, oh, what's going on? It's like, who was that? The movie with Eddie Murphy, Vampire in Brooklyn.
Right.
So the building was all messed up, but when you go inside, the room was all nice and everything. So that it was really nice. He had some excellent artwork there too. It was cool.
Cause you see, when I called you when I was outside, I was like,
he's like,
I don't know if I'm in the right place. It was nothing but industrial space. And then I went in the building. I go up to the third floor. There was a baby shower going on. They was like, "Are you the DJ?" I was like, "No, I could be if I don't find my other event though."
Yeah, that was funny. But once you got in the room,
oh
like,
man,
wow, this is
oh
nice.
man,
yeah, this is nice.
And you could feel the positive
too.
energy with all those brothers in there, man.
Definitely.
It was a lot of
Good
positive
brothers.
energy in
Good
there,
brothers
man.
there too.
That's what we need, man. That's I could go on and on and on all day and say that's what we need, because that's what we need, man. We need more black men to step up, because like how, going back to what you were saying about the younger kids, and a lot of the little black children that don't have like a positive male role model in their life or a father in their life, because I'm always up at my kids' school, you know what I'm saying? I got most valuable parent awards, most valuable chaperone awards. I got the run of that school. They know that's Mr. Guy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and when I go up there, is not only am I welcomed by the teachers, but by all the students too, even students that is not in my kid's class. Hey, Mr. Guy, or there's Hubert's dad.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Or and I know a few of the little kids too that don't have a father around too. So I talk to them sometime. See how they doing while I'm up at the school too. You know what I'm saying? My son, he has a lot of little friends up there, and I'm always talking to them. They like, Mr. Guy, can you come over to my house? Can we come over? I'm like, well, kids that's bad at my house, they get whoopings. So if you want to come to my house, you better be good. But kids are pretty good, man. A kid is gonna be a kid. A kid is only gonna do so much what that adult allows to let happen in that child's life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If kids are rambunctious, that means the parents are rambunctious, or they just don't care. That's the child is just not gonna be like that. Well, my kids be doing some stuff, and I'd be wanting to get upset or be like, no, don't. But then I'd be like, those are my kids. I remember how I used to be.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I like too? People talk about being successful and making an impact and living out their dreams. Here you talking about you being with your kids, and then I know you cut hair, then you're doing this show at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and people, they talk about making it happen.
Right.
But the steps that you have to do to make it happen. Today I went to work. After work I saw Steve Lacy from Channel 5. He gave me some suits. After that I went home, fed my kids, washed them, put them in the bed. I had to do a radio interview. So we did that. Me and my wife did that. Then I drove up here. So I'm like, when people talk about success, all they see is the Instagram one-shot picture success. They don't know the process, the steps that it takes. And
Right.
think about it, a lot of people, they don't want to do this. People want to be home asleep right now.
Right.
People want to be watching, what's tonight? Tuesday, whatever comes on TV.
I think it's the game or on demand is always live.
Right. So something. So Netflix binging or something. It's always something that you could rather do, but how much do you really want to enjoy the success that you're talking about?
Right. You gotta definitely put forth the effort.
Exactly.
To get those rewards out of it that you want.
Definitely.
Like I said, a lot of people want stuff, but a lot of people don't want to work for stuff. Basically. A lot of people kind of feel like entitled to stuff. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I had this problem to where I felt like I'm me. Why shouldn't this just happen for me? Or why can't I just get this? And then when I got out of high school and I went to the military, I was 17 in the United States Air Force. When I got there and I hit real life, I was like, okay. 17.
Wow.
Gone. I was like, I needed to leave my town. It was like, either I'm gonna stay here and keep getting in trouble, or I'm about to go to the military. Because college was not in my future at that time, because I just was so doing what I wanted to do in school and not what I should have been doing. Don't do that. Do what you need to be doing in school. Do what you need to be doing. Because a lot of people don't end up like continuing to do stuff, and still be, live out their dreams and so forth, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. What was I saying? I was rambling, I switched up. I was talking about back home, man. Yeah. So I just
How far did you go in the military? Like overseas? Where did you go?
I went, I did my basic training at Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. I did my technical training at Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls, Texas. And then I went to Alabama, Maxwell Air Force Base, Gunner Air Force Base Annex in Montgomery, Alabama. Dope base, man. Those Air Force bases, man, are like little towns, man. They have everything on there. They don't want you to leave. We have baseball fields, football fields, movie theaters, malls, shopping.
On the base?
On the base. They don't want you to leave. They got everything there for you.
I have some family that's in the military. Shout out to Frank and Rael. They've been in it for a long time. So.
Yeah, shout out to our veterans, man.
Yeah, no
all
doubt,
our veterans. All my brothers was in the military, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
We also provide suits to veterans, too. So we have a nice partnership with Veterans Department. So we provide suits to those guys who they're coming home from military and they're looking for work. So we have a nice partnership with them. So,
Man, well, before I keep yapping, man, give them the information that they can become involved with you, do some work with you, donate suits. How can they get in contact with you?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at That Suits You. That's ThatSuitsYou. That Suits You. Website www.thatsuitsyou.org. Check us out, see the work that we've done, see the people who've donated, see videos. Contact us if you're a school, college, and you want to have presentations or workshops. You want to make a financial donation, you can also go to the website, make a donation. We are doing our part to make an impact. You can see the work that we've done, so go to the website and check it out.
Very nice. I hope y'all got that. And if not, y'all can always call that number on the bottom of the screen, and I can give it to you again, you know, because it's important, you know, and I hope that people do, you know, reach out to you and get involved with this, man, because this is something definitely, it builds morale, it builds, and let's not even talk about the people that we're doing it for, but I love doing this too, so it makes me feel better. When I feel better, man, I just want to do more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, and I always hope that vibe rolls off onto whoever I'm working with and whoever I'm doing it for, you know, to like, you know, if it's somebody that, you know, everybody had to get on their feet sometime, you know, like once you get on your feet, you know, you can help somebody else get on their feet, and you know, and it's just, you know, it's like a circle of life thing, man. It's so important.
That's how it works, man. Everybody, but people say, a line I always say is, people say it's lonely at the top. I say it's only lonely because you didn't bring people up with you when you came. So, I mean, that's what it's all about. Not just getting to the top, but how many people can you bring up with you?
Right, and keep them with you successfully and help them branch off, man. We can't just get to the top and stay. We got to get to the top and branch out from the top, you know what I'm saying, and continue to, you know, I was telling my wife last night, I was like, babe, I really feel like I've mastered barbering, everything, fade and scissor work, all of that stuff. You know, I was like, now I'm ready, you know, for the next step. It's like when you feel like you ready, man, you get that mindset, man, you can do anything, man. You just have to be focused. You have to stay focused on what you want to do and always believe in progress. Never be content with anything. Always feel like, you know, you can get better. Just like I was getting ready to say, like with my haircuts, I think they're perfect. But I always be like, man, what can I do better? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I get better? Every time I go to an audition or every time I do something, I always think, what can I do to get better? I never want to feel like I made it. Right. I can't get any better. I got you. Even though I felt like I've mastered barbering, I always feel like there's some new technique or something new that I can do, and I'm just always being creative with it, man. Man, this is one of those shows that get my heart to pumping, man. Man, I love this, man. I love what you do, PK, man. Thank you for coming down again, man. No doubt. I'm definitely looking forward to working with you more and doing more work.
Yeah, we just getting started. We just met, we just getting started, and we already did 2 things together. That's
yeah,
what
man.
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
people
man.
talk about, oh, this is I want to do that. I like people talk, and then action, things happen. So that's what it's all about.
We making it happen. No problem. We making it happen. And thank you for tuning in. This is your main man, HUBERT GUY. Every Wednesday, channel 1993 in Manhattan on the MNN Network. You can catch this show, The Actor's Cut. You'll be seeing this show real soon with my man, PK KERSEY. Till next time, it's your main man, HUBERT GUY. Peace.
That was dope. Great show, man.
Dope right there.